Israel's holy sites such as the Wailing Wall, the Tomb of Christ and the Aqsa Mosque. They've all been major draws for tourists for many years now. But now a new attraction has come on the scene. Visitors can pay to try their hand at an Israeli gun range. It's been marketed as anti-terror training, and it certainly triggered some concern, as artist Paula Slier explains.
A training ground where tourists visiting the land of the holy can learn to look after themselves on the world's increasingly mean streets.
We're touring Israel, and this is part of the Israel experience, and it's something that you could only do in Israel, and it's very exciting.
This shooting school's been around for years, training security guards, professionals, soldiers and bodyguards. Now it's opened its doors with a 2-hour course for visitors.
We wanted to come today to this site to learn a little bit about the anti-terrorist tactics that they learn, that the villagers and settlement inhabitants learn, so that they can protect themselves.
It's the brainchild of Norman Solomon, a former real estate agent from Los Angeles. His Caliber 3 shooting school offers an alternative to the museums and beaches. But listening and learning here could also save your life, they say.
It was important for me to give Jewish people the feeling that they have something safe in Israel. They have a state, they have an army, they have facilities that deal with counterterrorism training.
The school's in a settlement just south of Jerusalem. 250,000 Israelis live in the settlements that, with increasing frequency, are seeing violent attacks between settlers and Palestinians.
Israelis over the last 20 or 30 years have been discussing the seeping of norms from the occupied territories into the situation we have inside of Israel. When you look at Israeli society these days and you look at the impact that such a long-term occupation has had on our own society, it is no coincidence that you are beginning to see more and more of these attacks inside of Israel as well as in the West Bank.
The morals of this gun-toting operation are causing a stir in Israel.
I'd say it's possible that it may send a bad message, but from the other side, people here in Israel live in a place where everything is defense. If we don't defend ourselves, if we don't put up walls, then things happen, bad things happen.
I disapprove. I think that the Israeli government should educate the children and educate children for peace, and not enable the children and teach them to fight one another.
Whatever the outcome, this sideshow in a land of unrest appears to be drawing plenty of fingers to the trigger. Hundreds of tourists arrive in Israel every day, many of them deciding to give the settlements a shot. This could be a fair ground if it wasn't surrounded by real life. Not only is there a growing awareness of violence, but also a slightly disturbing acceptance of the very often brutal way of dealing with it. Paula Slier, RT, Tel Aviv.